Hare Krishna, liebe Gäste, liebe Devotees, ein schönes Willkommen zu unserem Sonntagsprogramm hier im Krishna-Tempel Zürich. Hare Krishna, dear guests, dear devotees, a very, very happy and big welcome to our Sunday program. Someone here for the first time? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What are your names, please? Jiva. Shivan. And your? Matthias. Okay. Frey? You are a family? Welcome. And yours? Nina. Welcome. And also you, I think, Prabhu. You came with Eddie? Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Welcome to our Sunday program. Our program is as follows. We will have now a talk till 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock there will be a vegetarian feast. At 6:15 a guided mantra meditation. At 7 o'clock a temple ceremony. And from 8 o'clock onwards there will be more kirtan, more singing of mantras. And for today's talk, we invite here His Holiness Bhakti Sarvajna Gauranga Maharaj. Haribo! Maharaj is from South Africa. He joined the movement around 2002, and he has been sharing. There he joined as a monk and sharing this wisdom in South Africa and also other parts of Africa. And also for some years, Maharaj is also coming to Europe and to Switzerland and guiding us here with spiritual knowledge and guidance. And as you might have known, I recognized, I invited him with a different name this time than last year, because now what happened, he took what we call the renounced order of life, a sannyasi. You see this with his also with his rod, so we're happy Maharaj is here. He's going to spend some days here, and before we start, just two requests. Braucht jemand eine deutsche Übersetzung? So no German translation. And then I request everyone, please move forward. Please come very close. And with this, I wish you a happy Sunday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's so wonderful to see all you beautiful souls, and on behalf of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we'd like to welcome you to the Sunday Love Feast at ISKCON Zurich. So we'll chant Jai Radha Madhava, and then today is a special day in many ways, and we will discuss why is it special. Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhare, Jaya Girivaradhare. Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradare Jaya Girivaradare Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev Srila Prabhupada ki jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari good lungs. Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. I mentioned earlier that it's a special day, and we will consider the specialness of the day. But first, I just want to offer my appreciation to the devotees of ISKCON Zurich, who made it possible for me to come and spend some time here with the devotees, associate. So it is a great blessing for me also to get some service here. Today is Bhadra Purnima. Bhadra Purnima in relation to the moon when it is full. So it is the full moon. If you were feeling a little extra agitated, just know that the mind is hyperlinked to the moon. And so when the moon is at its peak, also the mind is at its peak. And Bhadra means it's auspicious, like we have on the altar, Subhadra. See, she's most auspicious. And it is a day designated in the scripture as the most spiritually impactful day to receive the scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam, at face value, it's a beautiful book. At least nice pictures, good print. This is probably, yes, whatever BBT it is, before we put them on blast. It's a book like so many books we've encountered at face value. But today we understand actually that the Srimad Bhagavatam is not an ordinary book. That the Srimad Bhagavatam is one of the many direct incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Krishna, he's famous, the flute player. He's famous for not having any rules that run his life. In fact, his life is only ruled by the rules of love. And because love is such a crooked emotion, and for Krishna himself, even in his own stance, he's crooked. He's bent in 3 places. And so his activities are not easy to understand. In fact, we rely on the intimate servitors of Krishna to understand what inspires him, what moves his heart, how he manifests himself. Because as it is, how is it possible that one individual is having a relationship with innumerable living beings? It fries the circuitry of the mind. Therefore, some people using rational thinking consider this idea of a God who is having a relationship with everyone something out of the factory of the mind of just, I don't know who, in some mountain meditating. They don't think it's viable. And we cannot blame, because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that yoga maya samavrita, that between himself on the transcendental plane there is this curtain of illusory energy. And therefore, mudoyam nabijanati, those on this side of the curtain, just like if you close the curtain here, you are unable to see what's behind the curtain. So it is difficult to understand Krishna. In the case of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna has appeared in sound vibration in the form of the book, just like Krishna appears in the form of the holy name. The Maha Mantra is none different from the personality of Godhead. It is spiritual mathematics that the name and the named are the same. The substance of the name of Krishna is none different from the individual Krishna, except the holy name is more versatile, more available than the personality Krishna. Anyone can chant Hare Krishna. So we will read from the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. We will also recall that today is the day that Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, entered into the renounced order of life. So Srila Prabhupada took sannyas on this day. Srila Prabhupada ki. And what was the whole reason for Srila Prabhupada to accept the renounced order? In his own words, he says he was horrified by this idea. Take sannyas, I have my family, my business. I will become a renounced mendicant. This is not for me. But he says that his spiritual master insisted. And later on, when he went to live in Vrindavan, some of his god brothers were also encouraging him that our spiritual master wanted you to spread this movement, spread the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English-speaking worlds. And to do that, you must take sannyas. Because in the renounced order of life, by way of Varnashram Dharma, people give some respect. And they are ready to hear from the sannyasi. So this will facilitate you in your preaching in Prabhupada. Then he's living at Radha Govinda Mandir and he says, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. These are direct disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They also came to him to tell him, we have you, we've got your back. You have to do this. And so he accepted sannyas from Keshav Maharaj. And it seems he left his family, but actually Prabhupada, in leaving one small family, embraced the family of the entire world. And so it was a glorious occasion. There's a picture of Srila Prabhupada after he received his danda. He was initiated with two other devotees. And one of his disciples later on saw the picture. You may be familiar, some of you, in this probably inside joke. If you, generally Indians, when they take pictures, these days maybe you find lots of smiling. But there was just, I don't know why, all the pictures look extra serious. Like Prabhu right now. Now he's smiling. And so in that picture, Prabhupada looks very solemn and grave, and the disciples like, Prabhupada, you look so unhappy in this picture. And Prabhupada said, you rascal, what do you know? That was the happiest day of my life. So Prabhupada accepted that he was going to take up the mission as a renounced monk. And to go to America, he had to prepare. And what was his preparation? He started to compile the first 3 volumes of the first canto. It's a big book, so he had it in 3 parts, just the first volume. Because the Krishna consciousness movement is a great science, like we mentioned. It's a science to understand the Supreme Person, the most mystical, unlimited, person. And so, to establish his movement, he needed the authority of Scripture. So Prabhupada prepared his books. And in fact, when he went to America, he just had a case of his Bhagavatams and he had 40 rupees. Which he says, in fact, they would not change it into dollars in America, that 40 rupees. So when he was about to get off the ship, Jaladuta, it's not a luxury liner like a cargo ship, over a month, elderly. He realized, I don't have any money, really. And so he turned to the captain of that cargo ship and told him, my 40 rupees, it cannot be exchanged for dollars. So why don't you buy some of my books? He sold him a set of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he got $8. And so he was somewhat sustainable in the estimation of sadhus. Is nothing in America. But Prabhupada felt his mission in earnest began. He sold his first Srimad Bhagavatam set. So it is mentioned in the very Srimad Bhagavatam that, okay, let's get the verse. And I was torn between two parts. In the 12th canto, the last chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam is a summary, a glorification of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Within that, there is text 11 and 12. We'll read the English. It is highlighting what is the value of Srimad Bhagavatam. You may be asking, what's in it for me if I get this book? Should I get this book? So we are making a transcendental pitch. Today is the right day to get this book. It's at the right price, and it is stacked with extra Goloka Karma. It means it's packed with all the spiritual nutrition that you need. And it said on this day also, if the book is gifted to someone else, so you may be thinking, I have my volume. It's still nice and safe in the plastic. What's the need of getting another one? So you can get one and you can gift it to someone. And there's also spiritual benefit for gifting somebody on this day of Bhadra Purnima. So it says there, so that we don't disrespect our author, Srila Vyasadeva, who we will also touch on him. He is the literary incarnation of God. So we said Krishna has multiple energies, Parasya Shakti Vividavya Shriyate. He has many expansions to achieve so many goals. And one such goal is to compile the most comprehensive, essential spiritual wisdom for the people of the age of Kali. And for that, he takes on a specific form, Vyasadeva, to pen this down. Because our memory is not so good in the age of Kali. And it's deteriorating even more. That if you ask anyone, give me the phone numbers of your spouse, your child, and your cousin, very few people can tell you the number directly. They have to check with the phone. So memory has gone down. Vyasadeva penned it down. So I will chant, Adi Madhya Vasanesu Vairagya Kyana Sangyutang Harilila Katavrata Mritanandita Satsuram Savavedanta Saramyad Brahmatmai Kaktva Lakshanam Vastvadvitiyam Tanishtam Kaivalaikya Prayojanam. From beginning to end, the Srimad Bhagavatam is full of narrations that encourage renunciation of material life, as well as nectarian accounts of Lord Hari's transcendental pastimes, which give ecstasy to the saintly devotees and demigods. So already, if you're not sold on renunciation of material life, because people have a misunderstanding of this, should we be walking into the Swiss Alps and finding a cave, and this would be bye-bye material life, and it's really bye-bye, it's like you're really way up there. It's a consciousness shift, meaning we recognize that all material manifestation or spiritual manifestation is all Krishna's energy. And therefore, it should be engaged as per the desire of Krishna, who is the source of this energy. So when one recognizes that everything belongs to Krishna and tries to learn how to use it for Krishna's objectives, this is renunciation of material life. Because material life simply means I am the center of all I survey. And generally that sense of I is a mistaken I. We think we're this body, or this mind, therefore we have so many designations around this body. Spiritual life means Krishna in the center, the Supreme Lord. And therefore everything that motivates the pure devotee is, how does it satisfy the Lord of the heart? He's the beloved, he's the friend, he's the well-wisher. He accompanies us through many lifetimes. When you get a cramp in the middle of the night, you ever got one of those way? And that's when you realize, you're on your own in this world. Yes, mommy and daddy and whoever, they cannot help. But you can cry to, oh my God. Yes, we remember the Lord of the heart. And he is there, he hears. So, in the Bhagavatam, the accounts of Lord Krishna's activities, Srila Vyasadeva says they are nectarian. Note, nectar. This nectar in Sanskrit means it's Amrita. Amrita, like Shangri-La, they say there's the nectar of youth, immortality. Or you can go there and take a bath in those waters and you have like a super body. So in spiritual circles, then it is said that which is spiritual, when it is received through the ear and it touches the heart, it transforms the heart. Means the heart is currently materially contaminated, therefore slightly cold and hard. Right? When it is transformed by spiritual sound vibration, it softens and it starts to radiate more compassion, more tolerance, humility. There's a service spirit that rises. That nectar awakens one to his original identity. We become interested in that which is of our nature. And at the top of the pile of all that is beautiful, all that is attractive, is the son of Nanda Maharaj, playing his flute to charm us even more. And so the accounts of his activities in his many incarnations are detailed in this book. So it trumps Netflix. Some people are upset even with their Netflix subscription because it's all starting to just look the same. It's the same scripts, just they cast a few different people, rehash the same stories. With Krishna's activities, when you hear about him, there's always a discovery of newer and newer aspects. Therefore, you find that the liberated souls dedicate their lives in studying Krishna, in commenting about why did Krishna close his eyes when the Putana witch presented a nipple laced with a very powerful poison. There was a witch, yes. She came into the house looking like a heavenly damsel, thin waist, heavy hips, raised breasts. The girls and the ladies there thought, wow, the goddess of fortune, has come to see baby Krishna. They didn't even ask her for any ID. They just cleared the path. Don't be a hater. Let Krishna get his transcendental visitor. She walked in and picked up the baby, began to bring her close to her for feeding him. Now Krishna, looking like a bundle of joy, helpless. But even though he's a baby, he's always all-powerful, all-knowing. And Krishna, in his feature of all knowledge, he is thinking, why has this witch come before me? And our acharyas are explaining, he's closing his eyes because he's thinking, I just began my pastimes and I'm about to kill a woman. My reputation has gone to hell. What incarnation of God kills women? And then Krishna is also closing his eyes. He's thinking, she's a demoness who is expert at killing babies. And now she wants to give me her breast milk. He's thinking, yuck. Demoness milk, how will that taste? He's closing his eyes. And Krishna is closing his eyes and he's thinking, what has this lady done in her previous lives that has earned her my audience, such intimate connection with me? He's paging through her like, oh, yes. She desired in her previous life that I could be her son. Krishna appeared, we celebrated recently the appearance of his form as Vamanadev. He appeared at the Ashwamedha Yagya of Bali Maharaj. And when he came there, he's looking very effulgent, just attracting everyone. So she was sitting there and she thought, what a beautiful young boy. I would love to have a son like him. And then when Vamanadev asked for those 2 steps of land, dwarf boy. 1 minute is a dwarf. Next minute you look, 2 steps, he's covered the entire universe. He took it from Bali. You promised him to give him 3 steps of land. And then, because Bali was the brother of Putana in this life, she felt, this boy, what a rascal. He came here to trick my brother and he's taken everything. If he was my son, I would kill him. And so, Krishna, being the fulfiller of desires, he's Antaryami, seated in the heart of everyone. He knows our desires. That is why she's here. She desired to have a son like me. There's nobody like me. Therefore, I am here as her son. She's trying to feed me. And then, when I did my mischief, she desired that if he was my son, I would kill him. That's why she has come now as a mother, but with the intention to kill me. Nectarian accounts about Krishna's activities. And they give ecstasy to the saintly devotees. So our dose of ecstasy, yes, E squared, the real ecstasy, not the synthetic one. There's what is known as pleasure, there's happiness, then there's joy, then there's bliss. So this ecstasy is the blissful state of consciousness. So the pure devotees, they've done the work of cleaning the heart. Therefore, they can find at every step the thrilling result of contacting Krishna by hearing his activities. So this Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. So those who are philosophers, Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedanta philosophy. Its subject matter is the absolute truth, which, while none different from the spirit soul, is the ultimate reality, one without a second. The goal of this literature is exclusive devotional service unto the supreme truth. Vyasadeva, we mentioned, is the literary incarnation of Krishna. He compiled this Srimad Bhagavatam. What had happened is that originally the Veda is one. And as the age of Kali was commencing, understanding the quality of the people of the age, there was a need to pen it down because it was given orally from guru to disciple in that way. So when he had compiled the essence of the Vedas in what is known as Vedanta Sutra, and he had compiled the histories, the Puranas, Upanishads, so many divisions of the Vedas, he felt discontentment. Sometimes when you have some goal and you achieve it, you expect, once I complete this project, I will feel very satisfied, happy. But he did that service, he didn't feel happy. He went to his spiritual master. Narada Muni told him, you have just encouraged people in many varieties of materialistic religion. That if you perform this yagya, you will get this benefit. If you worship this deva, you will get that benefit. So people are remaining in the business mood of approach, trying to get some material result. You have neglected glorifying the personality of Godhead. So he went back in meditation, and then, fully inspired in his meditation, he compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, and he exhaustively gave a whole account of the Supreme Lord, his incarnations, his dealings with different kings, so many activities, all the way to the activities of Krishna in Vrindavan. So from grandeur all the way to sweetness is covered in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And when he did that, then he felt happy. So Srimad Bhagavatam has the potency to bring happiness even to the incarnations of Godhead. So it means it's a serious dose of spiritual, yes. If you like to get a dose of something strong, Bhagavatam, direct to the vein. So we are encouraged to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. Reading means hearing. Also, Bhagavatam is spoken by devotees. And this particular Srimad Bhagavatam commentary given by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he's specifically empowered because when he brought this Srimad Bhagavatam, then the goal of the message was realized. It is meant to awaken people to devotional service. And here we are in Europe, sitting down to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. I came from Johannesburg, South Africa. We are discussing Bhagavatam. You go to DRC, Congo, in the middle of all that is going on there, they are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. He created devotees. That means he's completely a via medium of the will of Krishna. Through him, the message unchanged acts and gives the result. So Vyasadeva writes, Krishna Madhav Prabhu. Krishne swadamo pagate dhamma jnana dibisaha kalo nasta drishamesham puranako dunodita. That this Srimad Bhagavatam is as brilliant as the sun. And it has arisen just after Lord Krishna departed from this world. when Krishna left, all his servitors like dharma, religious principles, jnana, knowledge, they follow their master to serve him. And therefore, leaving the age of Kali to be very dark. And in this age of quarrel, the people, you and I, are also blind. We're blinded by the shine of the illusory energy. And therefore, the Lord has left behind this Srimad Bhagavatam, which will act to give vision in this dense darkness of Kali. So it is Krishna directly. Therefore, it can be worshipped just as Krishna is worshipped. There's actually even Arctic songs for singing to the Bhagavatam. If you like to offer a bit of incense in the morning before you do your meditations, if you have Bhagavatam, or when you have your Bhagavatam set, right, you can directly offer incense to the Supreme Lord. It is said the first 2 volumes, cantos, are like the lotus feet of Krishna. It is the whole body of Krishna. As you move up, different cantos are different parts of his body. And just as when you look at anyone, unless you are Lakshman only saw Sita's feet. He was so respectful to his brother's wife, he never looked at her anywhere except the feet. So if you have got that vibe, you can just do first and second canto and you'll be happy. But some of us are more greedy. Yeah. When you meet someone, you're trying to look at the face. Yes, Manu's face, you would think he's upset, but he's completely inspired. And that's what that disciple thought of Prabhupada, He thought Prabhupada was upset, sad. Prabhupada said, "You rascal." So you can tell that to me. "You rascal. You can't see I'm happy." So when you go to see the lotus face of Krishna, this is the 10th canto. And it said, of the face, when we see the smiling, that's even more attractive about the face. And so within that 10th canto, there's a particular 5 chapters. Yes, we'll leave it up to you to find out which are these 5 chapters. When you have your Bhagavatam, nobody can stop you. They are called Rahasyam. They are very confidential. Means Krishna is at his happiest performing these activities in these chapters. And when he fully blossoms and smiles is one particular chapter. He's completely surrounded by his most loving devotees. And he can see in them so much happiness. And he feels that he has performed his duty. So this is Bhagavatam. 11, 12 is his crown. It is Krishna. And one can have Krishna in their own home. Around that same shloka about the brilliance of Srimad Bhagavatam, then sort of evidence is given why. Because it's easy to hype up your own product, Everyone says the number 1 toothpaste, the number 1 mobile phone, no one says the number 3. Everyone is selling number 1. So maybe I've been paid here to come and create hype about this book. Yeah, I can sell you sand in the desert. No, this is vouched for by the greatest of personalities. First, this wisdom was given to the first created personality in the universe, Lord Brahma. You can also read about Lord Brahma if you don't know in the Bhagavatam. Yes, he's got 8 eyes. He can see a lot of things. So, in the beginning of this particular universe, Lord Brahma found himself sitting atop some lotus. He didn't know who he was, where he was, what he was meant to do. But somehow or the other, he thought, let me be industrious, let me climb down this lotus, find out what's going on here. He tried and he couldn't reach the bottom of that lotus, and then he went back. Then he got guidance from within. Tene Brahma Ridaye Adikava. He's the original philosopher, poet. He received his knowledge from within the heart, Rida. We mentioned who is in the heart? Krishna. He's sitting there with us as a witness, as a friend, inspiring us, guiding us, reminding us, and also taking notes of our desires, some which are not very good for us. When Brahma got that knowledge, it is said that this is the first time this Bhagavatam is given. It was given to him. And he gave it to his son, who speaks also. He writes down Vyasadeva. Shukadev also got it like that. Narada Muni, disciplic succession. The wisdom is coming. And we see that not so long ago, hardly 500 and something years ago, after Lord Chaitanya comes, also another set of exalted saints, known as the 6 Goswamis, that they were completely dedicated to relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. Sanatan Goswami, the eldest of the Goswamis, he is named by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Bhagavat Sevaka, that he is dedicated to Srimad Bhagavatam. He's the servant of Srimad Bhagavatam. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he had his copy of Bhagavatam, but only he could read what was in it. Because reading it, being in close proximity with Krishna, he was simply crying tears of ecstasy. And so the book, the ink was all smudged by his tears of love. Still, every time he opened the pages, he was relishing. Rupa Goswami is said to be that individual that mind churned out the rasa, the juice, the mellow, the sweet taste of all the relationships. And he compiled his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, expanding on what is the sweetness that we are experiencing in contact with Bhagavatam, in service to Srimad Bhagavatam, in service to Krishna. Jiva Goswami, he is the great defender of this Shastra, that he established the Satsandavas, compiling lots of evidence why Srimad Bhagavatam is the basis or the proof of the truths of the Vedas. So these Goswamis themselves showed that this book is extraordinary. It will make us cry, but the different types of crying. There's crying which is just pathetic for perishable things. Some of you may help with this one. There's something about hot tears and cold tears. What do they say about hot tears and cold tears? They say if you are crying, but the crying is joyful, then the tears are cold. So next time you are crying, check the temperature. And if they're hot, just give up. Yes, I'm crying for nothing. Or at least it's not that deep. Material things come and go. Now we are crying about the situation. Next time we want to write a book. How that was such a teachable moment, you know. It empowered me so much. But day was the worst day. But there's a crying which inspires the heart. And the devotees may have this experience. Krishna sometimes really shows us the naked truth of our struggle in this world and just our lack of appreciation of love for the one who loves us the most. And you sometimes, you cry. You just feel so useless. But you wish you could keep crying. This crying is like, it's precious. It's very tricky. Nice kirtans going on, and it just really dawns on you what you actually have in Krishna consciousness. And it crushes your heart. Why am I not taking this seriously? Why do I not make this my priority? And then there's these beautiful tears, almost, it's like a purging. Yes. That is why when we study about the residents of Vrindavan, there seems to be a lot of tears. Looks like misery if you are accustomed to those tears, hot tears. But no. These tears are the outpourings of the heart in contact with joy personified. Their life is reflected in front of them. The Supreme Lord is the life of their own lives. They understand why the senses were created, to see this personality, to smell his transcendental body, to touch his butter-like skin. It said of Krishna's skin, ladies wear kajal, that ointment that makes that kajal. How they make it, some ghee, they have some nice container, some vessel. They let the ghee lamp burn overnight. It leaves a type of soot on and then they collect that, and just touching it it's more slippery than butter. And Krishna's skin is that soft. You touch it, it's like you dent it. Hey, I'm not saying this. Those that are intimate associates of Krishna are reporting, who is this Krishna? Why the fuss about Krishna? We want this. We crave it. To love completely. To be seen and to be loved completely. And Krishna can offer it beyond our wildest dreams. So the Bhagavatam is like paving a jeweled pathway out of this material world, where you're hearing from great saints not only just this soft, fluffy stuff about love. Bhagavatam also has war. There are also people trying to steal kingdoms, steal wives. There are weapons that are being fired. Bhagavatam is discussing this universe. What is this thing we live in? So it is all questions asked, all questions answered, all problems solved. And it is Srila Prabhupada's life's work. He spent sleepless nights while he was traveling at an advanced age, preaching everywhere. When everyone was snoozing, sleeping, Prabhupada was getting up and he was dictating the purpose of this book. And Prabhupada said, actually, I did not write this book. Krishna dictated it. I simply was like a vessel. So today, the devotees have some wonderful arrangement where anyone who's interested can get the book today, or can put a nice note when they will get it, make arrangements, concrete arrangements to get it. And it will be pleasing to the author, our founder Acharya, and to be pleasing to the Supreme Lord. Oh, he wants to get to know me. she's trying to find out what my life is all about. And then maybe you will also rocket, to great heights of spiritual growth, and you can help some of us who are struggling. We need that everyone becomes more and more empowered, and we are praying that the Srimad Bhagavatam may bless all of us with some taste to associate with the Bhagavatam. Even if you read 1 page a day, Prabhupada said, even you read 1 paragraph, 1 line, Prabhupada said, 1 word. This is such nice things, as Prabhupada is saying. Such nice things. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaura Premanande Haribo. Vedasar Prabhu. Is there some specific information you can give us about the Bhadra Purnima campaign or anything? Is there anything?
Yeah, it's still running the whole day. You have the opportunity to come forward to us. And right now, 2 sets have been sponsored. And there's even 1 set that still needs a recipient. So if you want to get a Srimad Bhagavatam set as a gift, then you can also approach me or Shri Shastra Prabhu or Sanjay Prabhu. And we are outside waiting at the book table for you. If you want to inspire from Maharaj lecture on the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Take part, get it to your own, or gift it to someone, then you're very welcome. We are outside, and we have a Bhadra Purnima offer of 250 for the English set and 300 for the German version.
The German one has extra vitamins. And please push and shove to get to these devotees. We won't take it as an offense. It should be a rush right now. He just made, the offer you made is really like, you should getting up and leave this whole arena. So please, everybody, kindly take a deep breath in and breathe out. In and out. 1 more. And out. And please kindly raise your hands. And as loud as you can, Krishna can hear us today together. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Thank you very much.
His Holiness Bhakti Sarvajna Gauranga Maharaj ki. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for hyping the Bhagavatam and giving us the hype on this auspicious day. I think everyone should get this auspicious literature, go home, open it and read it. And as you have heard, you have today the chance to get a set. So please don't miss this opportunity. And I have also other happy news. As you might know, today evening Madhav Prabhu is here. So he will lead the kirtan from 8 till 9:30. And also another happy news. This community got a new member. Darjagna Prabhu's family, they got a new child, a son. And so we are very happy for this family and they want to say some thank you for us. So they are today sponsoring the cake outside. So they will be there. If you receive the cake, please go to them and congratulate. So thank you. And now, please.
Sorry. I also just wanted to request the devotees to give their blessings. Kalindi here, she She grew up right in front of us in South Africa. And today she made the trip with her family to come and get the darshan of the devotees. So please give her your blessings.
Hare Krishna. Just also another short announcement. With today also a campaign starts, the Books Are the Basis Week. So in ISKCON some years ago we realized that although we have many books and we distribute many books, not so many devotees read the books carefully. So we like to encourage everyone to read Srila Prabhupada's books. Of course, after this class, I'm sure everyone is ready to read the Bhagavatam every day. So there's a campaign, Books Are the Basis, and outside in the vitrine you find a poster. You can also scan the YouTube channel. So every day we will have different Maharajas and senior devotees giving short speech talks on the importance of reading. And this year we focus on small books, because Bhagavatam has 18,000 shlokas. It takes you, 3 years or so to read the whole book, which is wonderful, of course. There's also smaller books, so these books are highlighted during these weeks. Books are the basis, so please have a look in the vitrine on a poster. And please do read Srimad Bhagavatam, do read Srila Prabhupada's books, because as we heard today, there's so much nectar in these transcendental books. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Wait a second. Okay, one more stanza. One last one. Sorry. Yeah, of course, not only reading, but also distributing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So we didn't plan it, but Krishna arranged it also during this week. We came here to give a book distribution workshop, and everyone is very welcome to join us. And we will go every day out with the devotees here from the temple and go in the Zurich city center to try to distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada to the ones who didn't have the opportunity yet to read them. And it's very, very auspicious and glorious. And you can learn so much. It's very purifying. And also today is one fruit of our book distribution from the last days here. Bense Prabhu, I just met these days. So